Welcome back, friends. If you want to join the friends, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Today we have a new money making guide for you, making mud runes. So first things first, the altar that we're going to be going to make this kind of combination rune is going to be the water altar. Reason why we're doing that is because with Shattered Worlds, they put a bank pretty close to the water altar. So you're going to want to check these three runes right here. You're going to want to check the mud rune, the mist rune, and the steam rune. You want to see which one is actually going to be making you the most profit. At the beginning, the mist rune was making the most profit just because it was such a rare rune, and not many people were using it though. So a lot of people started making mist runes, and honestly, they're not that good of money anymore. So the two possibles that I see right now on current GE prices are the steam or the mud runes. So I went and bought one of each of them and saw that steam runes were going for a little bit more than mud runes. But then I checked the price because you do need to use an earth or a fire rune for that, or to make one of these. And the earth rune is 80 GP less than the fire rune, which actually makes mud runes more beneficial to make. Which makes sense, seeing as how it's a secondary for one of the extreme potions. So mud rune is probably going to be your safest bet. But if you might want to check these just to make sure that mud rune is still the best thing to make. Next thing you're going to need is also a binding necklace. It makes it a 100% chance of making the combination rune instead of 50% chance, and they're only worth about 2k a piece. You can get them for as low as 1k a piece if you get really lucky, but usually 2k is about the average that you should be expecting. So you're going to need one of those. Make sure you bring your pouches. You also need you don't actually need this, but an abyssal pouch would be nice. You can use any of the abyss familiar pouches. I currently do have 99 summoning, so I'm going to be using the abyssal titan to get the most amount of pure essence per trip. Last couple things, you do need a steam battle staff because we are going to be using the, where is it? It's a magic imbue. There we go. The magic imbue spell, which costs 7 water, 7 fire, and 2 astral runes. You're going to need 82 magic to do this. Basically, this just makes it so that you don't need the talisman to make combination runes, which would be a lot of money because if you had to constantly be buying earth talismans, it costs a lot more than 2 astral runes do. So I would recommend using magic imbue instead of getting earth talismans. Make sure you also have the repair rune pouch spell. If you have that, it saves you a lot of time rather than having to run to the abyss occasionally to actually repair any pouches that need to be repaired. And lastly, you're going to need a talisman of some sort. I am currently using the Wicked Hood because why not? It's a free teleport to the altar so I can get started with this quickly, as well as being the same as having a water talisman or water tier. Both would work. So first things first is we're going to set up our preset. So you're going to want to summon your Abyssal Titan, and ooh, he has a small pouch in it. Nice. I didn't actually know that he did that. That's convenient. So we're going to fill up all of these pouches here. We are going to get, actually, I don't have any rune essence because it's all in the GE. So I'm going to go ahead and take all of these out. That way I have the approximate prices of everything if you check my history so that we can figure out the cost of everything at the end. I'm going to be making 2,000 mud runes for a decently large sample size to start out with. But we are going to be making our presets really quick. So presets are a little bit funky when it comes to making sure that you have the familiars all ready to go. So you're going to want to get it filled up with pure essence. Click on this and you're going to have to save the Beast of Burden real quick. So we're going to update the Beast of Burden. So the Beast of Burden now is going to be holding pure essence. Next thing we're going to want to do is make sure that you have the 2 astral runes. That way you can actually use the magic imbue spell as well as a decent quantity of earth runes. I'm just going to do like 200. It should be a decent amount. So you now have Earth runes, Astral runes, as well as everything else being filled up with pure essence. Now, if you have the Infinity Ethereal outfit, you can also fill those with pure essence, but I currently do not have that outfit. Otherwise, that's what I would be doing. I would also be filling that. If you do this long enough, you actually can get the Infinity Ethereal outfit just for free as well. So I may be doing this just for some money making as well as getting the Infinity Ethereal outfit, seeing as that's the last outfit that I need to actually complete all of the elite outfits. So now that we have our whole entire inventory set up, I am going to activate this and teleport to the water altar. Whenever you're going to the water altar, you are going to be entering right here, and you want to hit Magic Imbue, and then use the Earth runes on the altar. Otherwise, it will make water runes instead of mud runes. And literally, this is all you do. You just run back and forth between the bank, which is, now that they have Shattered Worlds around here, it is literally right here. This guy right here banks for you. So all you do is click the number 1, assuming that I set up the presets right, which I did not. I messed up the presets, so I got the familiar preset, but I forgot to actually get the regular preset. It's the same as... sorry. It's going to be the same as doing the familiar preset, but you're going to want to save this, and you want to make sure that it saves like that. Also, if you want to check the settings, you want to make sure that the familiar is activated, which I already knew it was because my familiar did work. And all you do is run back and forth. If you would like to, you can actually... why is it Magic Imbue? Oh, it switched my staff out. So I need to have the Steam and the Steam Battle Staff and the Wicked Hood. Gonna change my preset again to make sure that I am going to be keeping those on, as well as a Binding Necklace, because it changed out my inventory, or changed out my worn preset. So save that, and then I should be able to make the Magic Imbue spell. And I personally like to put it on my bar. You can use the Magic Imbue spell either on the way there or as soon as you enter this. If you want to be super efficient, you could actually have 2 presets, and one of them could be your Astral Imbue, and then the other one could be the actual rune essence, but I'm not going to try to be that efficient. I'm just going to be doing this for a little bit, so I'm not going to try to be super ridiculously efficient. I believe this does last for about 15 seconds, so like I said, you can cast it on the way there. But I'm going to do as many of these as I can in this amount of time and see how much money we make, as well as how long it takes me. Hopefully you guys all stick around and see the final loot. Hey, so just finishing up my last inventory here. And I have a really nice rhythm going on. Basically, I just fill up all of the pouches really quick. Click the 1 button, it sets up my preset. I click the 1 button again to use the Magic Imbue. Click on the Mysterious Runes to enter the water area. And then I left click on the rune, or the Earth runes, before I even go into the altar. And the left click already, or it stays on when you enter the altar, so you can just click on the altar anywhere, and you don't ever have to worry about accidentally making any water runes. I actually managed to get it done in about 30 seconds on average. It was really quick once you kind of get the hang of it. So you can get actually 120 trips per hour. Realistically, you're probably looking at 110 to 115 trips per hour if you're actually like having to repair pouches or renewing summoning points or something like that. But honestly, really good, really quick money. So it's 1.18 million. I believe the supplies were very minimal for that. I bought 2,000 Earth Runes and 2,000 Pure Essence. I'm going to go ahead and sell the Mud Runes, make sure that they're going for the GE mid-price, which I would figure they would, seeing as how it's a secondary and a potion. So I'm imagining they're going for that price, but you can go ahead and look at the GE history right now. I spent 18,000 because I only use 50 of these astral runes. About 18,000 on astral runes, 66,000 on pure essence, and 52,000 on earth runes, and a tiny bit on binding necklaces. I will check. I did use 3 binding necklaces. I have one that's currently not, or halfway through getting used. So all in all, if you add that all up, it's maybe 150, 200,000 that I spent to make 1.2 million. And that was done really quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and sell these, figure out all the prices, and do all the math so that I can come back to you guys with some pretty nice profits if I'm guessing correctly. I just came back and it looks like all the mid runes are sold. They ended up going for a couple GP under mid, but it was about where it said it was going to be. So it ended up being 1.174 million. So let's go ahead and withdraw that. And go ahead and look at the overall amount of loot that you could possibly get from this. So it took me about 30 seconds a piece, so that means 120 trips per hour. I was doing 89 pure essence per trip, but with the infinity outfit, which I personally am still pretty far away from. I only have one of the rune ethereal outfit pieces, or enough fragments for it anyway. I don't even have it built already. But if I were to build the Rune Infinity outfit, I would be able to do 101 runes for every single trip, and it shouldn't take me any longer than it was. At a price of 516 GP per rune that you're making, that's just the overall cost subtracted from the profit for every mud rune, you end up getting 52,200 gold per trip. So if you take the basics, 52,000 gold per trip, 120 trips per hour, 6.3 million per hour. Now this does require you to have high level summoning, as well as the Rune Infinity outfit, which is going to take quite a while to get if you are assuming that you're already 70 rune crafting and you are working on invention right now. So it's going to take a little bit of effort, but you'll slowly get it over time while you're doing this method. And it's still pretty good money. I'd say at least 5 million per hour before you even get that set. Or if you just have a lower level familiar, you could probably still get 5 million per hour. This is insane. The only really high requirement that you're going to need is the magic imbue spell. And honestly, 82 magic isn't that long with how fast magic is nowadays. You could probably get that within maybe 5 or 6 hours if you really train magic up. You could probably get it even faster if you knew exactly what you were doing. But Rune Imbue spell as well as Lunar spell book, it is going to take a little bit of while and a little bit of questing, but if you have a decent main account, this is probably quite achievable for everybody to get. And 6.3 million per hour is insane. Hopefully you guys all enjoy seeing these insane gold per hours. This, I think this might be one of my favorites. I actually, I put in the GE and offer. I've already bought 5,000 astral runes as well as 100,000 pure essence and earth runes. I hope that I'm going to be making a loot video pretty soon. So let's see how many mud runes I can make before I start crashing these prices. Hopefully you guys all enjoy videos like this. If you do, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below, leave a like and a comment. As always, have a good one.